The process to become a Gray or any other race of alien was simple. The candidate went to their bubbleverse and underwent destructive teleportation to a special orientation area. When he materializes at the life skills camp for his new race, he is in the form of his new identity. He was Roger the Gray, Roger the alien. One day not long after going gray, Roger notices that he is missing something. Life is endlessly dull. Time weighs heavily upon him. He is bored and listless. The others studiously avoid him. The secrets of the universe are open to him, yet he feels no satisfaction. He decides to take a trip around the universe in his faster-than-light saucer-shaped craft. The tour is going great until he is sucked up by a wormhole and spit out too close to a blue and white planet. Suddenly, as his saucer flies into the atmosphere and glows brightly, explosions pepper his small craft. The control panel goes dead and he falls like a rock out of the sky, skidding to a stop in a hilly area near a small gully. Looking outside, he decides to create some clones of himself to use as decoys. Once they're ready, he becomes invisible and waits. Soon a curious farmer, having seen the crash, follows the skid marks across the ravine and to the ship. Seeing the hatch has propped open, he sticks his head inside to take a look. Terrified by what he sees, he screams and runs away. Hours pass. A convoy of trucks can be heard in the distance. Later, soldiers shouting orders and talking on handheld radios. A soldier pokes his head through the opening and yells to his fellows, "We got a couple of dead ones inside." The commanding officer inspects the contents briefly and orders the hatch seal laid. After a while, the sounds change to heavy machinery. A crane is hooked up to lift the saucer onto the back of a flatbed. After 20 minutes on the road, the hatch is opened inside a large building on an army base close by. This is where Roger makes his escape. Using his two-way wrist radio, Roger opens a wormhole and steps inside. "See you on TV later, suckers," he yells before it closes. Continued later, foam, fields and flying friends. In the far future, in a brane close by, the foamy nature of the Planck scale of the universe is collected into a pile. The nature of this place is of naturally permeable bubble worlds of various sizes, adjacent to each other, present or not, duration long or short, an infinite number, and localized effects and beings existing independently of any ambient bubbles or conditions. Also, its edges contact the entire universe at the Planck scale. Also, the foaminess is repeated in the very large elements and structures of the universe. Final reality, a higher state of awareness and existence at the end of time, where life itself is explained. This is Alien Nexus 1, at the end of our own brane. Alien Nexus 2 is the end of time in brane. Both beings of Alien Nexus 2 are complete branes themselves. They are in orbit around Alien Nexus 1. Alien Nexus 3 is a vast plane with a hole in it, and an opening and closing door in space that controls the flow of Higgs particles and dark solidons. A guardian stands watching on the plane below, flying dreamers experiencing being individual Higgs particles. Interlude. Higgsy is a 22-legged spider, known as the Traveler or the Visitor or the Worker. Higgsy is God. He is sometimes a she. He is a personality nexus shared by many evolved beings. He/she holds the slightly ripped fabric of space-time together. There is a bad loop in time. Higgsy fixes it sometimes. He likes to observe you if you are doubtful about the nature of what you call reality. Will help you feel confident again if you can calm your mind around him. A glimmer surrounds him as he materializes, hanging from a silver thread. He jiggles and waves his Legs. If you practice internal silence, he will cut his thread and vanish. Slowly dissolves as his legs wave farewell. Later his imitators will arrive. They are ground spiders. When you practice internal silence around them, they cut their threads and fall to the floor, to run around, hide, or run right at you. They produce a creepy crawly feeling when they can touch you. You should herd them away from secure areas to maintain mental silence. Squish them if you want. They like to appear in corners or up on the wall. Round rooms are more secure. The bad loop is like a hyper-real experience of deja vu. You are doomed to repeat mistakes if you are in one, and know at the time that the incident is a repeat of forgotten past events. Yet you can't remember the exact past. In a certain part of the universe, the bad loop is a large rip in space-time. The foam is a safe place to store the bad loop energy deficit. Solitons are immune to it.